Alright, welcome back everybody to Fire Emblem. We are now officially back on the correct timeline under new resolve. In 1 second here. They find the man whom they've been searching, Marquis Ferre. He breathes his last embrace of his son Elwood. Companions leave the Dragon's Gate and sail for Badon. Elwood is grief-stricken at his father's death. Hector finds no words to comfort his friend. Because how do you talk to someone who's just lost a parent other than to say, "I'm sorry. I kind of understand how it feels as I lost my parents." A new resolve. Indian, are you feeling better? Yes. That's good. Long time no see, Nils. You've grown, haven't you? A little bit, I suppose, as much as a person of my caliber can. Is it really you, Lindis? It seems like it's been so long. Even though it's only been a year since I last saw you. Though it has happened since we left you and Kalen. Much has happened since we left you and Kalen. Hey, care to talk about things with the rest of us can follow? Who is he? Is this Hector? He's Marquis Ostia's brother. Don't let his attitude fool you. He acts mean, but he is a decent enough. Acts mean seems pretty mean to me. Hehehe. And you might remember this one. Yep, I remember. He's the man who helped Ninian. You're Elbert's son, aren't you? Your red hair, gentle eyes, even the voice, you're just like him. Where did you meet my father? At the Dragon's Gate. He set us free after we had been captured. We escaped in a small boat, but I was thrown out in a storm. When I woke up, I was back on Valor. For a time, I hid in the ruins by myself. Then I sensed something really dangerous and raced to the Dragon's Gate. I saw everything. Nils. When we pulled Ninian from the boat, she had lost her memory. I can't believe we brought her right back to her captors. What a horrible thing to do. I'm sorry. Lady Lynn, you did nothing wrong. When Nils fell overboard, I didn't know what to do. I became lost within myself. If only I'd been stronger, all of this could have been avoided. I am truly sorry. Ninian's power is greater than mine, but it comes across her physical and emotional strength. Nurgle exploited that weakness. Ninian, Nils, he was after you because you have the power to call dragons. I think it's because we can open the Dragon Gate. Just calling them, Nurgle can do that on his own. Are you serious? Yep, it requires a tremendous amount of quintessence. Quintessence? That's what Nurgle called it. It's the substance of human spirit, power, energy, their souls. Essence of life itself. Nurgle, he stole this quintessence. What happens to those whose quintessence is stolen? They die. I see. Neither me nor I have that power. Lynn knows. We only have our special power. Anyways, Nurgle needs to gather a large amount of quintessence so he can send his henchman Ephidel to get close to Marquis Laus. He sought to plant the seeds of war in Darren's power-hungry heart. To what end? It seems the quintessence in each person varies in strength. A person of strong mind and body is 100 times more energy than the average person. So it sounds like there aren't many people like that, though. It took too long for Nurgle to find people with enough strength. Although it would take time, Nurgle said it's the easiest way to get much quintessence was by starting a war. So he planned on making up for quality with quantity, is that it? Black-hearted fiend. Are all men nothing but pawns to him? Ephidel brought Elbert to the Dragon's Gate. He said he found the ideal source they sought. Nurgle's plan for war had been stopped, and yet he was happy. He had taken so much energy from the nights traveling with Elbert, he was sure he'd get even better quintessence from Elbert. Nils, oh, I'm sorry, Lord Elwood. It's all right. When I found my father at the Dragon's Gate, I knew his knights were no longer with us. My lord, your father told us that he had a son, that you were blessed with natural fighting ability. He also told us that you were compassionate and disdained fighting. He told us that his son would be better ruler than he was. He told us that he would sooner sacrifice himself than see his homeland, Lycia, embroiled in the flames of war. That's when we lost all hope at the Dragon's Gate. Your father always spoke up to us of happy things. Well, he mainly spoke of his cherished son and his dear wife, but Nini and I, we loved him very much. These stories about his family, they saved us. Oh, Father. Hector, we should let him be alone for a while. Oh, sure. Come on, Nils, Ninian. As you say. Is that okay, Hector? Hmm? Shouldn't you go with him? I thought about it, but there was someone else who looked ready to start crying, too. Oh. Hey, Ninian's gone. Where'd she go? I'll go and look. Hold on. Your sister's been through a lot, too. Let her be for a while. I don't need you to tell me what she's been going through. So what do we do now? I wonder what will happen to Nurgle. Lord Ebbo gave him a grievous wound when he stabbed him. His wound will not kill him. That's what Lord Elbert said too. Do you know what he meant? Nurgle uses coincidence on himself as well. His wounds heal quickly. His body does not age, though he isn't human. If nothing else, he's... Ah! What is it? Call everyone, enemies approach. Elbert deserves a little more time to rest. Well then, we'll handle this ourselves, shall we? Here you all are. Ah! Elwood. Listen, get ready for the battle. I want to get this over with quickly to protect the villagers. Meet the enemy commander, drive them out of here. Hey, little guy, go hide in the village. No way, I can help you out. Knows you really are a big help, but shouldn't you be with Ninian now? Ah, alright. Let us go. Alright, so we're gonna pick some fighters here. This is, as you may have seen from my previous recording, they're actual levels that I not missed or lost a recording. So let us do all the trading stuff we need to do. We'll start up top here. Transfer that short spear. Elwood over here. So we're gonna finish cleaning this up. We gotta give the chest key back to the Merlinus man. Any items we picked up in the previous mission, such as I know there's a blue gem that I gotta sell off, and then I gotta give, you know, obviously people who can't wield the weapons that they're currently holding. I think there's like a Luna or a Nosferatu that one of the thieves picked up. That's gotta go in the thing as well. I'm gonna give you the guiding ring because you're gonna end up using it here shortly. Could also sort of have in my back pocket. I should be thinking about giving people their other stuff as well. I don't need Matthew anymore. Sorry, Matthew, you're worthless to me now. Look, I think I said this in the last episode. Legault is like hands down the better person. You don't have to train him. He comes in at, you know, midway to 20. He's at like 11 or something, and you know, he comes in at decent stats. Or 12. I'm sorry, he comes in at 12. He comes in at decent stats, and he can hold his own after this. I mean, he's not really hampered by anything. You know, obviously, if you choose to use Jafar, I mean, he's a decent unit too, you know, as a assassin. So you can just sort of plug and play him. Put time and effort into Legault, though. He's the better assassin. Some people don't want to do that. That's fine. I don't need that, even though I'm walking literally into a Sarah. I'm also gonna have you grab this lightning so that you can use it. We'll feel okay there with all those. You're a little stuffed at the moment. Elwood and Hector required. Lynn is not. Becca, Sarah. Alright. I guess I can leave Kent out for just one more world. I mean, honestly, what I'm trying to do here is get everybody classed up. So if, you know, say you hit 20 and I can't class you up, you're gonna get benched. But if I can class you up, then I will, but then I won't want to use you until my other units get classed up. Then everyone's gonna be on equal footing, and then I won't worry about it anymore, you know? We are coming up here soon on getting Hawkeye. Would be interesting to use, but I've already got a number of guys I've committed to at this point. And, eventually my lords are not going to be of any use to me because they're all going to hit cap here soon. So I'll have to figure out where I'm throwing all my experience points to. Alright, let's do it. 14 Merlinish, yep, dropping you off here. Indian, stop. Where are you going? I'm going to help. Oh no, you're not. You're still too weak. But I merely wish to help Lord Elwood, even if just a little. I stole his father's life from him. I know this will never make up for it. Nils, please. I understand. Give me your hands. Nils, I give you some of my power. You'll just get in the way if you go out like this. Nils, I'm sorry. Phew. That should do it. Help them for me too. Thank you. Lord Elwood. Ninian, you shouldn't be here. Please allow me to help. Help. I have no intention of making you fight. I am no mere dancer. My dances will help you. Please allow me to help. Okay, if it makes you feel better. Mustn't do anything risky. Promise this. Yes. Chris, please tell me what you want me to do. I cannot fight, but I can aid with my dances. Ask for your understanding and assistance. All that noise in the middle of the night. Got a fight? What are you going to do something? Really? Then take this. It should aid you. The restore staff. It'll wake you from sleep and cure poison. Basically, blah blah blah. Oh shit. Okay, I can't send this to Merlinus, that's fine. Good. I was a little worried I just fucked myself a little bit there. Alright, fine. Fine and dandy. Marina, your job is to come back here. Can't believe Barton's under attack. Only Fargus were here, I'd say he got something here you can use to buy some time. This light rune, it'll block the enemy's advance. Only things that'll stop allies too, so watch your step. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. So if I time this correctly, this should be the last episode before we take a small hiatus from this series. I didn't time this out quite right. I was hoping to have this series more or less finished up by the time Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, but if I'm doing my math correctly, this should be the episode, should be the day, either the day before or the day of Monster Hunter Wild coming out, which means my life is going to be dedicated to Monster Hunter Wilds for a while. Unless I get a bunch of follow-up episodes, I'm probably going to want to post my first initial video or day of, I'm gonna want to post that of my initial response to Monster Hunter Wilds, which I'm hoping is gonna be excellent. I really liked Monster Hunter World. I went back and started playing some of the older games, so I haven't really played them. I.e., I haven't really gotten out of much more than maybe a couple hours, which in Monster Hunter time is nothing. But I really liked I played a decent amount of... well, I didn't play a decent amount of Generations. I probably played about 5 hours of Generations, which gets you, like, probably midway through the low class, or, what do they call that? Low rank. And then I played all of... well, I played all up to the DLC of... what's the other one? Not Wild, not Generations, not World. Rise, Monster Hunter Rise. And, I didn't mind Rise. I kind of liked it. But there were certain aspects of it that I was just sort of about. And then I ended up not playing the DLC on that because I could easily. Those emerald eyes, the lustrous black hair, blue hair, so beautiful, beautiful beyond words. All I could see her again. Lovely knight of Faerie searching for her lord. I wonder why she's a knight. A famed knight to me, what a dream of a dream. Oh, I told you what I was thinking out loud. You didn't hear anything, did you? Ah! You mustn't tell anyone, promise you mustn't. Talking about Isadora, I'm betting. I should know that actually from playing this game enough times, but I'm like 99% positive this is the point by which Isadora comes into the storyline. But she's not going to appear in this level, obviously, because I don't remember her appearing more in like a defend mission. But that means that she's about to pop her head up, which is a character I've never used before. So if I ever do a Hector's Hard recording campaign, I've got like 3 things that I plan on doing. First of all, I plan to make it Hector's extra hard campaign by not bothering to do Lynn's Tale first. So Lynn and all the other people that are in Lynn's Tale are going to come in at whatever level they're at. Okay, I just realized I can't do that. Because if I do that, I won't be able to access the full storyline that can only be accessed by leveling Nils up to 7. No, you don't feel like that, Mamples. Nils has to be at 7 to unlock one of the gated missions that helps to flesh out the rest of the story. So I can either do Lynn's mission, which means my guys are going to be stronger for Hector's Hard, even if it's just minorly stronger, or I can skip Lynn's Tale, make it extra hard on myself because Lynn and all of the other units will come at base stat. Why is there a weapon rider here? This is a thing about Hector. You gotta always watch out for flyers. I mean, I don't mind because Bartrade's gonna take a good chunk out of them. But yeah, this is about the time when the weapon riders start popping up. Even in Eloid's mode, I'm pretty sure this is when they all pop up. I'll have to figure that out, what I want to do, because if I want to do the full... If I want to do a super hard mode, like, no help at all, like, the game's not going to give me any freebies, I'm going to have to play it, I'm going to have to skip Lynn's mode, but knowing full well that I won't be able to access the other Gaiden chapter because Nils/Ninian will not be at the required level in Lynn's campaign to get it. Hilarious. Because you cannot get... You get Nils... If I'm not mistaken, you get Nils and Ninian after the Gaiden chapter that requires Nils to be at 7. So... We'll have to think about that, and by think about that I mean I'll completely forget about it after I'm done doing this recording. And then at some point, if I ever decide to do a Hector's Hard mode, this conversation will be completely moot unless I decide to rewatch through my own series. I don't really care about poison in this game. The poison did like 5-10 damage every time it struck. I would be more concerned with it. I'd be more bothered by it. I would be more inclined to really push that it, you know, that it would be, it'd need to be healed, or you need to pull the restore on it, or hey, we need to make sure that whoever's getting poisoned is the same guy getting poisoned every turn. Or conversely, if poison stacks, make sure they don't get poisoned. You know, they're the ones that are not getting multiple stacks of poison. I can only imagine, you know, in this mission, having, you know, multiple stacks of the poison just kind of wreaking havoc. Level up. Okay, Miss, you're not doing super great right now. I know it's a long game, there's lots of levels up between now and then, but I don't care about steal items. They don't do anything for me because there's not enough constitution in this game to justify them. So says me, newbie, somewhat noob of Fire Emblem game. Are you a mercenary? You look like you've been fighting for years and years. And a tactician would put together a group like yours. Rude! Supposed to be a compliment or a detriment, I'm not sure. We definitely, as in any Fire Emblem game, we're definitely a ragtag group of people. Because if this was a traditional army, I would be recruiting whatever's really strong of my, you know, whatever's my strongest base. So, for Feyre / Ostia, it would be primarily generals, horse riders, no Myrmidons, no Wrath, maybe a Pegasus Knight, but you'd have to pay for them out of your pocket. No Wyvern Riders. Probably no axe users. Definitely not any pirates or brigands. Not that I've recruited any brigands. Probably some soldiers, even though I don't get any soldiers in this game. The soldiers are your knights, essentially. Don't care about antitoxins. Toxins don't matter in this game. Here's an interesting thought, even though they're not ever going to come back into this ever again, but make poison based on constitution, so the longer your constitution is, the more the poison does per turn, and then have it sort of as like a percentage of their health, maybe. Need special items to change classes, different from different units too. Cavaliers, Knights need Knight's Crest, Folks skilled in magic, Staves need guiding rings, and Wyvern Riders, Pegasus Knight, use this and Elysian Whip. You can have it, don't be shy now. Not like I'll be able to use it. Now, if I were a cute Pegasus Knight, I'd use it in an instant. Hooray! We're gonna bring Dorcas. We're gonna bring him up. We're gonna heal. Patre. That should be it for Wow, great level up, buddy. I'm very proud. Very proud of Sarah overall in this playthrough. She's gotten way more magic than I remember her should be able getting, yeah, whatever that meant. She's got a lot more magic than I thought that she would normally get on a bell curve. I could be wrong, I'd have to look up her percentages again, but I think I remember her being closer to, say, I don't even know, like 10 to 12 magic instead of like closer to 15. Kind of ridiculous. Then she's going to class up now and she's going to get a couple extra bonus points of magic. And no, we're not going to be using the, even though it's here, we are not going to be using the Coliseum. You know who has the tome? He does. It wasn't that a Weapon Rider that flew by here a while back? I don't know what Burns Weapon Riders are doing here. We under attack. Come on, do something. I heard their Weapon Riders are fast and really tough. Sure, arrows and magic can bring them down, but this will cause them trouble too. Got a Worm Slayer. Here, take care of them. This is an interesting item that's good against... It's good against Dragon Riders or Weapon Riders. And it's also good against when you play 6. Good against dragons too, but it's not as good as, say, your holy weapons to take them down, but it is an alternate option if you have a sword user. Alright, first classing up. Sarah. Not a character I usually use, but then again I'm always usually playing the easier mode of Hector and Elowood stuff, and I don't generally need a healer. However, you are looking very promising with your 15 magic now, instead of your less than 10 magic I had previously. But as I was saying about the swords, for some reason swords users tend to get, you know, they don't get like the projectile that, I mean, there's a light blade that it's supposed to be magic based, but because in this game you don't, attacker or physical users don't have a magic, you know, thing, and magic users don't have a strength. It's one or the other. It's a little different, obviously, in this game. But you know, in a lot of the Fire Emblem games, the axe users get, you know, a hand axe, javelin, or spear for lance users, and then, you know, the sword users are a little bit limited in that regard. But in this game, they seem to try to balance that by giving the sword user not only a lance reaver, which makes them good against lances, but they also give them something that's good against horses, good against a specific one that's good against horses, a specific one that's good against, you know, armored units, and now you're getting a specific one that's good against half the flyer type, you know, which is, you know, obviously your Weapon Riders, which are going to be your more difficult to bring down and kill. I mean, the only thing it's missing is I guess a Pegasus killer sword thing. I don't know. I guess it's not really necessary because they're a lot of evasion, but they're not a lot of attack. And in that case, you would just use your Lance Reaver on it. Even though you could use your Lance Reaver on any lance using thing, whether it be a Weapon Rider, a General, Cavalier, Pegasus Knight, or their classed up version. They are. I just love Weapon Riders in all these fucking games. I've said this before, I'll say it again. If we ever play any more Fire Emblem games, I just love flying tanks. It is the stupidest thing that I could possibly think of. You would give a character high defense and be able to fly over mountains. It's I understand the Pegasus Knights the same thing, except their job is to evade everything. So, you know, whereas you probably would not want to take on in a normal Fire Emblem game, you'd probably not want to take on a Ballista using a Weapon Rider because it would probably get smushed before it could get there to deal the damage. You're more likely to use a character like a Pegasus Knight to fly over the mountains with its high evasion, and obviously with the Ballista's not super excellent accuracy to sort of take that chance to get over there and take out the Ballista Or perhaps you just throw your general in the way of the ballista so that it can eat up the whatever 5 or 6 attacks. It has 5 attacks that it has, and just say, okay, well, you're out of ammo now. I guess we tank that. But not great for tactics scores, I know. Which I know I've gone back and forth about talking about, well, I want a high tactics score at the end of the game. So I look like a really cool, awesome guy that gets perfect score. At the same time, I don't really care about it either. Because in a lot of cases, it puts you at a severe disadvantage when you get to the end game. And suddenly you hit that last level or two where suddenly all of the enemies are at your level, and suddenly they're all at your strength and skill and speed, and you're like, holy shit, what the fuck happened? It ends here. Your journey is over, and only oblivion waits you. Nice try. That, however, is not necessarily needing a nice try because I don't have anything currently attached to you. Gonna completely cover in Canis? I don't think so. Mush. Surprisingly, that actually may have been the best play, not giving him a tome. Because he's not slowed down, so his evasion would be the highest it could be, having no weight on him. And at the same time, he's not doubling and allowing, you know, say an additional Pegasus Knight or two to come in behind, and I don't know. It's about as much of a wash as it can be, I suppose. I mean, he may have died from an additional, that last Pegasus Knight coming through and dealing sort of the killing blow to him, but he would have also kind of mopped up the other guys that were around him. Hard to say. You know what they say, you know, mistakes and miracles, you know? Except no one's pregnant this time. I just don't have to start the level over again because I accidentally killed Canis. Because I forgot to give him a backup Lux / trade Luna or Nosferatu to him. Get up. We're almost there, buddy. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. Fine. Hector. Trying to make sure that I'm focusing down on the units that I want to class up next. Canis, you'll get there eventually. Not super concerned about you right now. You, however, Bartre, I need to get you classed up as quickly as possible. So it'll really depend on how much experience you have, how close you are to level 20, whether or not I pull the trigger early. Alright, so what are you carrying? I know you're carrying something. Oh, you're carrying a killer axe. Wonderful. And a hero crest. And I don't have a thief to steal that. Great. Not that it would have been necessarily a great idea, but I could have technically benched well, I could have benched any of my units, to be honest with you. But I probably should have benched Lynn and let her sort of be useful next time around, and bring my thief in. Holy shit. You guys are coming out of every fucking orifice right now. Alright, let's get through the 1 damage of poison they keep doing. That's great. Raid the flux. I don't care about that. You're dead. What else is left? Lorena, you're moving up in the world. 8, that's perfect. You're at 19, you're almost right on the precipice to class up. Okay, perfect. Mostly. Archery, you hit 19, great. I try to squeak another level out of you. Probably could do it easily. Oh well. We kind of need Osmond to take this though. We need him to level up quickly because he's not. I thought he'd be at 20 by now, but he is not. In defeat, there is only death. And that's level 20 for Hector. So he's going to be not benched, but he's going to be kind of on the bench for the rest of this game. Really levels up. Hey, are you okay? Sorry, where are you? You don't have to push yourself. I have time for morning when this is all finished. For now, in my father's name, I will do everything I can to stop Nurgle and protect our lands. I see. What do you have in mind? We need to see Marquis Ostia. My brother? After all we've learned, we cannot tell him, can we? Well, I guess. Hector, why that odd expression? Hector does not want to meet Lord Uther. He's been lax in connecting with him. Is afraid to face him, right? What? And how did you expect to send him any messages? Or traipsing about the Isles like merchants on holiday? Ha! We're gonna go. Come here. You're both in good spirits. A lot better than giving into despair, I suppose. Lord Elwood, are you feeling better? Marquis, I'm fine. I am worried about you. About Lord Albert. My own discretion, I sent a messenger to Lady Eleanor. I see. Thank you, Marcus. That was well done. I thought she should know as soon as possible. Marquis' final moments were so very noble. Lord Elwood, Commander Marcus, Oh, good. It's you, Isadora. I finally found you. I'm glad you're well. Or what are you doing here? Don't tell me something's happened to Mother. No, Lady Orno is well, do not to worry. When the word of Lord Albert's death reached her yesterday, she said not a word. I merely gave her full attention to the messenger, Father. Then she issued me orders without hesitation. Commanded I deliver this sword to Lord Albert. Lord Elwood, and remain at his side. The castle defense will be short-handed. Lord Elwood, please understand your mother. Albert's not coming home. All your mother can do now is pray for your continued safety. Obey your father's dying wish. That is a message to you, and I have delivered it. Why not petition Ostia for reinforcements to help Lord Castlefere? Good idea. I guess it would be ease my mother's fear to bow to her wishes. That thinking makes you Lord Elwood. Our battles are nothing like you've ever prepared for. Are you ready to face them, Isadora? Yes. I will serve with my very life. Chris! What? You need something? Elwood? Oh, don't you need to worry. Despite what you may think, he's as strong as there is. You're not having the greatest run of luck either. Wager you'll never thought things would turn into such a terrible mess, did you? If it gets to be too much, you can leave at any time. You're a reliable and dependable tactician, but you're not our servant, you know. If you think our task impossible, we should get out. You're as smart as they come. I know you don't need me to tell you that. Let's get some sleep, okay? Rest while you can. That's even more true in the middle of a campaign like this. Hooray, hooray. Sonia, let us go. You called Lord Nago? My wounds need time. The deep cut and my strength is not what it was. The man who did this to me is dead. I'd like his son's death as compensation. Sonia, you will use Brendan to move the Black Fang. I do not need mere underlings now. I need the 4 fangs. Leave it to me. I'll have them bowing their heads to you, my lord. Amistel, I want you to gather me quintessence. For this injury to heal, I will need much. You are the strongest of all my morphs. Kill all those who bear the signs of great power, as you will. Hooray!